Hello you guys, it's Haley. Welcome back to my channel. So today, it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I have no idea when I'm going to upload this video, so it's probably going to be like a week after or something like that. But just know, it was Valentine's Day when I made this video. So that explains why I'm wearing lots of pink items and pink makeup. I have been loving these Valentine's Day looks. I always love Valentine's Day looks. I love Valentine's Day in general because it's pink and there's hearts on everything and it's really cute. So this is like my second Valentine's Day-ish makeup look I did. My eyebrows are pink. I filled them in pink, but you kind of can't tell. So pretend that you can. Adrian is actually the mastermind who thought of the idea behind this video. So I wanted to do like a Valentine's Day themed type of video. And he was like, why don't you do like telling like cringy ex-boyfriend or dating stories? And I was like, that's fucking genius. I never thought of that for some reason, but I have a couple that are pretty weird, I don't know. Maybe you guys will not care about this whatsoever, but I think they're kind of funny. So in the spirit of Valentine's Day, we're gonna go through some of my previous love stories. So you guys probably know I have not been in the dating game for a very long time. I have been with Adrian since I was 14. And so these stories are all from around that time and before then. So the more, I cannot speak, the more cringe inducing. And that's kind of how these videos work. I feel like whenever I watched these types of videos, which I love, by the way, I just love hearing people's like weird, like old dating stories. They're always really funny. But I've noticed a pattern with like the younger the stories are, like, or the longer ago that they were for those people, just the more like, what the fuck that they are. Like they're funny. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. Let's get started here. I did write a little like list of them down just so I don't forget anything. I'm sure after this video I'm gonna realize that I forgot a really good juicy one and I'm gonna hate myself. But if that happens and I feel like it's good enough, or if you guys liked this enough, I might do like a part 2 or something like that. So, okay. So this was my first kiss. And most first kiss stories are not good. Like they're not. You're probably pretty lucky if you had a decent first kiss. Mine was in 7th grade, which nowadays is considered pretty late. At the time I didn't feel like it was, but now that I look at it, a lot of those people that I went to school with had theirs in like 5th grade and 6th grade, but whatever. I should have waited longer than that because this was not good. So I was dating this guy for like a month or so. I don't know. I didn't really like him. He was just, we were kind of friends, and then he asked me out and I felt bad. So essentially I agreed to date him. I was like 12. Is that how old you are when you're in 7th grade? 12? Yeah, I was 12 at the time. And there was this auditorium, and people would always go make out behind this like wall by that auditorium for some reason. I don't know, it was like a good hiding spot. And so that's where we met for our first kiss. And it was bad. I mean, I don't think first kisses are ever good in terms of like actual kissing, but the worst part of it was it tasted like Chinese food. Like, it tasted like there was Chinese food in my mouth. And after the kiss was over, I found my best friend and I sobbed. I cried so hard. I don't know why, but I was just like disgusted and upset, and it was not a good time. That guy broke up with me about a month after that, and I was really upset he broke up with me because I didn't like him, and so I was really pissed that he was the one to break up with me. I don't know, but I really still am like, that was gross. So the next two are both movie, like they both have to do with the movies, like they both happened at the movies. And the first one is just really, okay, so there's a pattern here. My best friend that I'm still friends with, I can't talk right, I'm so sorry. My best friend that I'm still best friends with to this day is in a lot of these stories, because when we were 14, we were really crazy and stupid, and we got into some shenanigans. So she's going to be in the next few of these. But so this one, I I cringe every time I think of it, and I know I keep saying cringe in this video, but let's just, of course it is, they're old dating stories. So her and I both liked these guys that went to school with us. They were like best friends or something. And I don't know why we had kind of like a pattern that we would always like friends or brothers or something. So we liked them, and we decided one day, hey, let's prank call them. So we kept prank calling them, stuff like that. And we weren't like, I mean, when you prank call, you never say it's you. But we were pretending to be these two really popular girls we went to school with. And along with that, we thought, hey, why don't we invite them to the movies? And so we did that, not as ourselves, but as these two really popular girls. Well, they decided, all right, and they came. I don't know what we were thinking. I don't know what went on in our heads that we thought would pan out for this. I really don't. But they showed up, and we showed up. We saw a movie we really didn't want to see, and they brought a friend. They brought like a third wheel along with them. We went in the theater after they did, and we didn't want to go up to them because we didn't want them to know it was us. I don't know. And so we sat like 3 rows down. I do think at some point it clicked to them, like, those girls that invited us aren't showing up. And like, I think they realized what happened, because why would we be calling them on private, you know? Well, the entire movie, they looked bored out of their minds, as were her and I. We just kept kind of like looking up at them, seeing what they were doing. And they were staring at us, I'm pretty sure, because they were furious. And their friend was super into the movie. So that's good. At least someone, you know, got something out of this. So we just wasted a bunch of money and, you know, made a really stupid decision. It could have ended there. We could have went home and left with some dignity. Maybe they wouldn't have known for sure. You know, it's like, oh, coincidence. We got stood up, and then what a coincidence. Well, we're so smart that after the movie, they were by the soda machine, like kind of like the snack bar like area. And we decided to go up to them. And we told them that the girls that invited them, that we were pretending to be, went up to us and told us that they were leaving, and to tell them that they were leaving. The one that I liked got so mad, he like walked away. He stormed away. And the other 2 guys just kind of listened to us lie. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were like, what? But, so yeah, essentially we sold ourselves out. And then we left the theater, and we can see them walking as we're walking away from the theater, and I was like yelling shit. Like, because I was really upset, and I thought they were assholes, so I was like calling them assholes and yelling, and like, don't trust 14-year-old girls. They're absolutely crazy. So we were crazy, all right. So the next one, this was a couple months later. This was when we first went to high school. So beforehand was like the summer before high school. This was, we were definitely in high school because I met this guy at school. So I kind of had a thing with him. He was a senior and I was a freshman. We all know how creepy that is. We've all seen the memes about, like, you know, 17-year-olds dating 14-year-olds. It's weird. It really is. That's not what this is about. This is just how, like, I don't know. So we decided to go to the movies on a double date with my best friend and her boyfriend at the time. And I don't want to sound like I'm one of those people that's like, you know, double standarding with like men doing things. But I think if you're going to take like a younger girl to the movies and it's like your first date, you should probably pay for them, you know? Or at least if not, there should be like some type of conversation. I don't know. So I was assuming he was going to pay for me. I just was. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I guess I just believed in like chivalry or something. I don't know. So we go to the movies, and when we're there getting our tickets, I find out that not only does he not have money for me, he does not have money for himself. And at the time, I was going through a lot of living situations. I did not have money for the movies or anything like that. And my best friend knew this, and she ended up having to pay for both of us. He asked her to pay for both him and I, and that he would pay her back. He never paid her back. We still laugh about it to this day because we're like, dude, he was like almost 18 and he let like a 14-year-old pay for him and his like girl he had a thing with his movie ticket. That whole date was just a disaster. I'm not gonna get too much into that, but yeah. Not the weirdest story or anything, but I just think it's funny. It's like, what is wrong with you, guy? Obviously, I'm not listing names of any of these people either. I don't want to. I'm sure if any of these people somehow watch this video, they will know who they are, and that's perfectly fine, but I'm not gonna, you know, sell anyone out. So the next one, again, my best friend was involved with. So we started dating these brothers. The one I was dating was 16, and the one she was dating was like 17 or 18. Again, we were around the same age. It was that summer before going into high school. So again, like 14. And I met my boyfriend out of the two of them at the mall. And she was there, and so I don't know how that whole thing panned out, but like I went up to him or something and we started talking and we set up like, you know, like a date and whatever. And so she came with me to his house and all that, and eventually this just led to us both dating. Like, you know, she was dating his brother, I was dating him. And so basically we would lie to our parents saying like, oh, we were going to a birthday party for a friend, or we were going to our friend's house from school or something. And we would make our parents like drive us over there and drop us off. They had no idea what was going on or anything, you know. And we did not know these boys. They could have been like crazy or disgusting or, you know. Luckily, they were just teenage boys. And they were dumb, but that was about as far as it got, luckily. I just really have trust issues. If I ever had children, I would not trust them because of this shit that I pulled. So we would go over there, and the only really sketchy thing that happened is they would have this like drug dealer, this like really thuggy drug dealer come by. And at the time I had never been exposed to anything like that, so I would freak out. Like I thought he was gonna like shoot us up or something. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that. But I would like hide in their bathroom having a panic attack when he would show up, and he would show up like every time we were there. And he was a kind of weird dude. We got some weird vibes off of him, but luckily nothing happened. I think he just sold like pot or something. But point is, they both ended up just ghosting us. Like, didn't even break up with us or anything. I don't think Mariella even kissed her boyfriend. Luckily, I would just sit and use that guy for like make-out practice, and it didn't go any further than that, thank God. But her boyfriend ghosted her just out of nowhere, and about a month later, mine did the same to me. They never broke up with us, never told us they didn't want to see us anymore, just completely ignored our texts, never talked to us again. So we still have a little inside joke, like that we're still dating them to this day because they never broke up with us. So technically I'm cheating on that guy with Adrian. And then the other funny thing, so the one that I was dating, somehow she found him on Facebook or something later. He ended up like in jail for using counterfeit money to buy like a number 9 at McDonald's, and he literally posted a status like, I was just trying to buy a number 9 or something like that. So yeah, he did me a favor by totally ghosting our relationship, I guess. Okay. Number 5 on this list. I mean, I'm not even listing these in numbers, but this is the 5th one I have down. I should have known better than these things. A lot of these stories I'm to blame too, because I was just dumb, and I was like a dumb preteen, but what can you do? This was during the summer of one of my middle school years. God, I don't even remember which one it was now, but I had an online relationship with this guy. It was essentially a long distance relationship. It was not long distance. He lived here. Basically he had a fake profile of some generic emo boy that you would like look up emo boys on Google and choose the second one, and had that as his profile picture. It was his only picture of himself, and essentially I knew this. I knew it was a fake profile, or at least that he did not look like that, and I chose to date this person anyways. I don't know if you would even call it that, but I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I figured that he was a really nice person or something, and I was like, whatever, I don't care what he looks like, even though he was pretending to be some, like, MySpace looking model boy, but that's besides the point. So we would talk on the phone and just stuff like that, you know, whatever a long distance relationship concludes, or includes, I mean, not concludes, except we would never, like, video chat or anything, obviously, because he was fake and he did not want me to see what he looked like. This went on for like a month, maybe 2, I don't really know, but eventually I got kind of annoyed of him, and I essentially annoyed him to the point that he would break up with me. And later, I went to my old school's dance for some reason with my best friend, and we saw him there, like the guy that it really was, and he was not a good looking guy, let's just say that. And he laughed at me because what I look like, and because I didn't look like how I did online, even though he was a completely different person. And the only thing different about me from my photos at the time was I wasn't going in all my scene queen photos. But other than that, I looked pretty much like my photos. So I just think it's hilarious. Like, what? So yeah, he basically laughed in my face. We didn't even necessarily meet, but I like heard some people talking or something. That's how I found out it was him, and it was a mess. So I also haven't been listing names in this video, so I'm not going to say his name, but he did have a very generic, like, scene band, like, in the middle of his name. So you guys can guess little scene bands if you want to. Maybe I'll tell you if you're right or not. I just think it's funny now, because why would I let this happen? Why would I? Was I that bored, or just didn't have anything better to do with my time than carry on a relationship with someone that I had no idea what they looked like? I don't know. Okay, this is the last one. You're probably like, thank God, because this video is getting long. So this was a guy that I had like a thing with or something, and all these were during the summer for some reason. At least most of them were. I don't know. I guess that's just what happens when you're in middle school, is like summertime flings and stuff. So every girl online always says that they hate unsolicited nudes from guys and stuff like that. It's true. Do not do that. It's weird. It's creepy. No girl wants to see that. And this runs along those lines. So this guy sent me a photo of him going down on himself. So even worse than just an unsolicited, like, nude photo. And to this day, I am still traumatized. I could still, like, I see it. I wish that never happened. Oh my God. Why would you think to send this to someone you're, like, interested in? Why would you do that? Why? Did he think I was gonna be like, shit, like, after that, and just, what was he thinking? I think the worst part of this is, after he sent me that, I didn't even directly cut him off. I still kept talking to him. Luckily, I mean, I didn't see him in person or anything, or kiss him or anything, thank God. But yeah, so that one's just a weird one. I mean, I'm sure nowadays people have probably had something weird like that happen to them too, because there's some weirdos out there, you guys. But at the time, I was like 13, and that was definitely something I did not need to see when I was 13. He was like a year older than me or something. I don't know how he learned to do that. I don't know how it was possible, but that is some Marilyn Manson shit right there. Okay, if you don't know that or get that, you were way too young to be watching this channel. So that is it for my weird dating stories, boyfriend stories, whatever this is. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit spaced out here too. I keep kind of stumbling on my words and just like having brain farts. I was at the dentist earlier, and for some reason, every time I go to the dentist, I feel like I'm just a little bit out of it. Like, I'm a little loopy. So if I'm acting weird in this video, that's why. But that is it for now. I hope you have a happy Valentine's Day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Like and subscribe. All right, bye.